Hello, Shalom Ola, and welcome to the Spiritual Life with Mystic Reverend Travis Tidwell. That's me, and my beautiful co-host here, Ashley,
Hello.
and my beautiful, wonderful daughter, Athena, who's my executive producer. Hello. She waves to everybody. Wow, we have a little clove here. And I want to also acknowledge the Lord God Yahweh and the Holy and Divine Spirit for this podcast. We're not Christians, but we're keeping it real with the source. And, we're not Christians, but we're spiritual. We love Jesus. He's our brother for love and compassion and teaching us love and compassion. But we also love Moses, okay? So it's like having the best of both worlds here. And Ashley, anything coming up for goddess groups?
No goddess groups, but I'm back on my blogging. So the Petty Princess Chronicles, you can find me at the Pisces
What's
Life.
it called again?
The Petty Princess Chronicles.
Petty, I
Like,
say.
you remember like the pretty princess,
Yeah.
except for it was an ode to my woe is me.
Okay.
And you can find me at the Pisces Life Coach on Instagram.
Such a girl thing.
It is such
Yeah.
a girl thing, but it's all spiritual, I promise.
Yeah. No, Ashley's definitely spiritual, or she wouldn't be in my vibration. She's a future psychic here working on creating her path as a priestess and a career.
And Travis is helping me be a high priestess. So
You
thank
bet.
you.
I am her teacher, her shaman, and her mentor. And I'm here to assure her that she's going to have success with what she's doing. And it's scary when you think about getting on your spiritual path and going against what everybody tells you. Why are you doing that? You should be buying a house right now and thinking about building a garden.
It's
You know,
true.
it's like, well,
It's very true.
She's got her degrees and, whatnot for college and can get a human HR job anywhere.
I have a master's, yes. I was talking to Athena.
So
for
your
people.
spiritual path is, but let's face it, this episode is we're going to focus a little bit on celebrities. And just before we even start, remember that each person here famous stayed true to themselves in some way.
It's so true.
And so we all have to be true to ourselves if we want to be different, if we want to succeed as an entrepreneur, in some way, somebody who can, control their own destiny. It's tough, to work for other people. We've talked about this before, and there's politics at work and things of that nature. And really, when you have a job, that's what it is. You go there, you punch in, you do your job the best you can because that's what you're paid to do. No more, no less.
You're a battery.
It's routine. It shouldn't be, this person at work doesn't like me and I can't stand being there now. It's like, well, you should never got involved. Your workplace is not your fun place. And when you try to make it that, it's a hell of a ride.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It really, really is. You keep everything top surface and you're good to go. But I've had people come to me for it and go, well, am I going to make friends while I'm there? And it's like, well, if you're using your job to make friends, that's not the best choice.
No.
But
I'm super excited.
Which saying that you can't. But yeah, so we'll see where some of these, Ashley here picked the stars, the celebrities.
Did we tell them what the topic was?
No,
I'm really freaking
we're looking
excited.
at the
So
celebrities' futures right now.
We're doing something a little bit different tonight. We're going to
Yeah.
do something a little bit less.
Yes.
A little bit less structured because everything's very spiritual.
Yeah, I mean, the spiritual life is designed to give you guys something that you can benefit from, and tonight we're just going to give you some entertainment.
Yes, I'm excited because this is going to be the first time I hear some of this.
We're talking about Lil Nas X tonight.
Yes.
Tiger Woods, Kamala Harris, who I love. She's just I love this woman. She's just incredible. Next future president, I'm sure. Bill Gates, who's just been a great human being on planet Earth. And we're also going to be looking at Meghan Markle, which will be an interesting topic. And, I will be doing more of these most likely on the 007 series that I have on YouTube. If you haven't seen those yet with my predictions, please do. Not to say that we won't do more of these. Actually kind of motivated me to do these. I'm still working.
People are nosy as hell. They want to know what the hell's going on in people's lives.
And my 007 series, I've been doing predictions on, Trump, Biden, and just politics and just the world in general, which I'm saving my political opinion for that. But, and the future outlook on the planet for that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Yeah, sure.
Can I ask? Okay. So what I wanted to know from Travis was, what's going on with Lil Nas X career? I think as people know, there's the Satan shoes right now. Nike's trying to block it. I guess my question is, did he really sell his soul for a profit? Or is this all for show, for publicity?
Well, that could be a mixed bag. We'll look at that with my cards today. But let's just talk about him as an individual here. This is his fifth incarnation in my philosophy. So I feel like for him, obviously, most fives are worried about what society thinks. Nas doesn't worry about that at all. He's very open about himself.
Oh,
He's
so
very
like you can
bold.
actually see that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, after I think millions of people saw him on the stripper pole down to hell.
I don't
and
think I saw that part. I
he
really
was
didn't care for that.
He was giving Satan a lap dance, like balls in his face and all. Like it was crazy.
I mean,
Well, watch it.
honestly, I don't
after
have a
this.
problem with saying because he's not doing anything in my life negative. So, I mean, that's just being honest. But yeah, I mean, there are certain artists who might have sold their soul. I mean, I've been following Robert Johnson a lot lately. Speaking of celebrities, and we'll have to do a show on him. Very interesting. But anyway, going back to Lil Nas, his angel's Michael. See, he's very mentally independent, which is his success. He on that one level, he's staying true to himself, but also can make him kind of difficult to work with. He's a control freak. He's got control issues.
I mean, I guess I can kind of see that because he's very unique, but I don't know if they know how to market him. So.
Well, and let's look at his current cycle. He's in a 9 cycle.
Ooh.
Let me just double check that here.
And what does that mean for people at home? Because you have your own special philosophy on the cycle.
Well, that's right. Every 9 years we clear karma. So right now he's in a clearing karma cycle, which means for Lil Nas X this night, it's all about people who disappointed him last year before his birthday. This last year, anybody who disappointed him or situations, it'll get worse. He has secret enemies. Angel Gabriel's going to show him who he can trust and who he cannot trust. Lil Nas, you get this G and it works for you, give me a call.
You know what? That makes sense because I think Athena and I were having a conversation about how he was like, he's like, everyone tells me to go to hell and I finally go there and people still have a problem with it. So this was his giant fuck you to be basically.
Yeah,
everybody.
I don't have a problem with Satan. I mean, I don't worship him. He don't have any power in my house because I'm a son of Yahweh. Now what? But going back to, Nas, I feel that a lot of musicians, a lot of people will do anything. They'll make any pretend deal or maybe even a real deal to sell their soul
we want
or
to know. Get
So
the
what's the
cards
question?
out.
I'm sorry. What's the
The
question?
question is, did he really sell his soul to make it to the limelight, or is this all for show?
All right, Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X.
He's channeling.
I'm channeling Lil Nas X this night. I ask the great spirit of the tarot, my oracle, who's present with us in this episode. I seek to know this night if Lil Nas X has sold his soul to the devil and has really went on the dark side of life to manifest abundance and wealth in his life now. And I ask the great spirit present with me for return sight. But as I say his name, I also see him changing his style again. To be very honest with you,
I can see that. I would assume that.
Yeah, and that's very, very strong. Get my mic a little bit closer here for everybody listening on Spotify or iTunes. Yeah, I feel like right now there's new opportunities for Nas. He's having problems with his love life right now. That's very strong, even though he might be praying for something specific. It really hasn't manifested yet. And even though he's done very well for himself with Old Town Road, which is one of my favorite songs with him and the Cyrus boy here, Billy Ray. It says, no, he hasn't sold his soul. He's probably suffering a little bit. There could be some issues going on around his mom or family right now, too, which I hope is not true. But that's what I kind of psychically feel. I kind of feel that he's done this for attention. Even bad publicity is good publicity, and that's the way that works for him.
And I'm sorry, can I just point out there's a lot of reversals on that layout.
Yes, that's very, very true. But this reversal is positive. Mm-hmm. And that's what centers him as something positive right now in regards to his career. And with this dark energy he's projecting, it's really not so much him. I mean, being gay in America or anywhere in the world is not easy. Mm-hmm. And they're all condemned to go to hell. Christians just batter them up. Man, it's just crazy. But when you go back to worshiping Yahweh, the Lord God Almighty, the most high and supreme source, and his laws, he doesn't care about you being gay. There's nowhere in the 10 Commandments that say you cannot be gay, G. So, honor yourself, love yourself. If that's what you want, and that's what gets you off, and that makes you happy, then so be it. If that is thy true will, that's the law of the universe, and so be it. That is the will of the law. But going back to Nas here, I do see some issues where he maybe has not had still some of the financial stuff come in he's wanted. In some aspect, he's had weakness to make decisions. It probably took a lot of study for him to go in that direction. Like I said, I do feel there'll be another change coming for him. Just looking at the energy around him, I'm sensing he might be having some relationship problems between now and the next 30, 45 days. I do see a conflict in regards to him working with other artists. Maybe there's going to be a contract issue coming up here. And his thought forms are changing, only even for anybody. Only in darkness can light shine. So there's been some situations around him where he's had to rethink things.
So in retrospect, he did not sell his soul, and this is all publicity stunt.
You bet. This is all entertainment, baby.
Cool. All right. Okay, so I have a few more.
I know. It's weird you say that because a lot of people think that, people have sold their soul to the Illuminati.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's that whole Illuminati.
Yes.
But I'm not sure. I actually had the Illuminati try to recruit me on Instagram.
I think it's actually smart to want to have people to think that because they'll be so invested in trying to figure it out.
Yeah, there's always that mysticism, that draws people in to some degree.
Yes.
All right.
So my next person's Tiger Woods for you.
Oh, my dog Tiger, man. This guy's got the craziest. First of all, let's talk about his incarnation. He's a 1. This is the first time Tiger's been here. Now,
he's a little reckless.
1s are very, very lucky. First time here, you have instant karma. There's no bet. You're not carrying any luggage. You're not carrying any. The only luggage you have is the luggage you create in the one by. In this consciousness, we talked about her past life in Atlantis, because she's also a 1 as we're talking here. Usually, women who are 1s are models. I know a lot of women who are 1s who are beautiful girls. She's beautiful, so she could. But their toughest decisions is making choices.
Yes.
And that also depends upon your upbringing and how close you are to your family, blah, blah, blah. But with Tiger and his father being so close, he's been able to overcome that weakness to make decisions just by, striving to be the best and having a good mentor at home.
Yeah.
But we also know that the angel Ariel, who's his assigned angel, is the star card in tarot, which can make you a star.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's like, she's already a star.
Crossed.
She doesn't even know it yet. So, yeah, and John Lennon wrote that song, Instant Karma. We all shine on, and instant karma will get you. So for 1s, you can't get away with anything.
But it's sad because when you look at his career, he looks like he's gotten busted quite a few freaking times.
Yeah, he's never learned that, he can't do anything wrong. Maybe that's finally happening where he's maturing in some way with his own karma.
But let me ask you, though, I think people really want to know. So this is my question for you. I think people really want to know what happened the morning that he crashed because he was going 40 miles per hour over the speed limit.
Right, let me just ask, what's the outcome of the reason why he crashed here tonight with my cards?
And then his birthday is December 30th.
Yeah, I know. He's in a 1 cycle right now, just activated on his birthday. Let me just double check that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 1 cycle, which means that he still has some 9 cycle issues in his life.
Oh, boo.
And, actually for Tiger, I kind of feel it's been the past, probably about 3 years ago, he didn't know what he wanted to do with his career. He's probably had a midlife career crisis at some point, but had to reinvent himself because that is his strength is golfing. I'm sure there's other things he will be doing in the future besides golfing, and maybe he'll be commentating and things like that. He's got that kind of great personality. But when it comes to health and things like that and women love, it's very challenging for him. He's ones need a lot of attention. They're high maintenance a lot of times. So
high maintenance attention, not necessarily.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, depending on how you're raised and what's going on. But he's in a 1 cycle right now, which means there's a lot of new ideas around him. His crown chakra is wide open. This past year, the angel Gabriel has been showing him who he can trust and who he cannot trust. It seems like there's still a little bit of a cloud over Tiger, and if I was him at some point, I'd probably jump in the ocean head first and cleanse myself.
He went straight into a ditch, so
yeah,
he was in the
not
wrong
a ditch,
location.
into the ocean. Tiger Woods. I asked the Great Spirit of the Tarot present with me on this podcast.
Yeah.
I asked the great spirit present with us, for all you out there, I'm really shuffling my cards, which I don't really like to do on film, but Ashley talked me into this. It'll be great promotion for the show, Travis. Sure it will.
It gets the people going.
Yeah, Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods. And I seek to know for Tiger Woods this night. What's the outcome? What is the reason why he wrecked his car the other day? I mean, anybody who has any common sense knows you don't drink and drive. You don't take, medication and drive.
They didn't even
You don't smoke
him.
and drive.
They didn't even test
Well, because
him.
he didn't have any symptoms of being incoherent, or smell or anything on him. But
I mean, I understand. I guess maybe he really did lose
they
control.
they love this guy. Come on, I mean.
Yeah, I was gonna say like he has it pretty good.
Yeah, he's still feeling manipulated with some money issues. Excuse me. He might have made some investments that still have not paid off for him in some way. He could be offered some new money deals right now, but he might not feel it's still enough money for him to take at some point. And he's got people around him who have been hot and cold with him. I also feel, too, he wants to change residence, but he's not able to do that right now. He's also in reevaluation not only of money, but love in some aspect. I fear that, he's feeling shipwrecked alone at some point. And I feel the day he was driving, he was upset. There's things in his life he's not happy with right now, unfortunately. Call me Tiger, man. I'll straighten it out for you. We'll work it out, dog. I promise. Angel Gabriel's in the house, which means he still has some 9-cycle vibrations around him, which are not good. Mm-hmm. And even if he's with people, he still feels alone. He's feeling shipwrecked right now. So, and there are some serious health issues around him. I feel if he wants to live a long, healthy life, he's going to have to really stay on top of his health.
That's funny you mentioned that because I'm sure he's very stressed out as a celebrity, but when I do see him, you could just tell, like, underneath his eyes, like, he always has this look of concern, of, like, worry almost. Not like the same appeal he had before the cheating scandal,
Yeah, no, for sure. When you're living the public eye like that and your whole family hates you now because you cheated on this beautiful woman.
Yeah, that must have been hard.
Gorgeous. But when you're a sex addict, it's hard to say no. And his lower self obviously got the best of him, unfortunately. And I do see him having a hard time sleeping at times, possibly. Like I said, there's still stuff with money coming up here. He really hasn't manifested in some way for himself. Hopefully he's not living in the past too much with memories. And I do see a spiritual gift coming to him this year in some way. Excuse me. His angel is Ariel. So if he starts talking to the angel Ariel, things will start shifting better for him too. Because just because these people have money and fame doesn't mean they're happy. Trust me.
So he basically crashed in the ditch because he had a lot of shit on his mind.
Yeah, he was upset about something.
Mm-hmm.
Things are not going possibly the way he wants them to right now. I think he just won a tournament or something recently. I'm not sure. I'm not a golfer, but that's where Tiger Woods is at this night.
So Kamala.
Let's go to my favorite girl in the world, Kamala Harris. I love Kamala. She's so beautiful. She's such a beautiful woman.
I feel like she became more attractive when she got into the White House. Like I'm sure like she had a team. She has a team now.
Yeah, I just like her energy. I do. I love her. I just think she's sexy. I think she's the boss. Yeah, that's right, baby.
You want to be the first man?
Yeah, no, not at all. Sorry, honey. The one has too much power for me. No, but she's just a great person. I love her personality. She's worked in prosecuting criminals. A friend of mine the other day was saying, well, she prosecuted a lot of black people up in the Bay Area. I said, well, it's not her fault if they're committing crimes and she has to arrest them. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I understand.
There's no, when you got a black person doing it, there's no prejudice either. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And she's very modernized. She's ethnically just a blend of everything. I mean, my God. She's just got this beautiful vibration about her philosophy, which I really like. And I like that she goes after the bad guys. I like that. Mm-hmm. She wants justice for women. She's the most powerful woman in the world as far as I'm concerned right now.
This reading better not be tainted by your rose-colored glasses.
Gambler can do no harm. No.
Please don't let me not up.
Yeah, no, actually, I got some concerns about Biden being assassinated and him lasting in president. We'll see. But, that'll be on my 007 series. I don't even want to look at that because I love Biden, man. All the money's put into our pockets. And you see the store's busy. Everything's busy right now. I got vaccinated because of him. I'm sure Trump will eventually get it out there after he went to war with everybody. But, nothing is as good as it is right now.
So let me ask you, how does Kamala Harris truly feel about the immigration situation right now?
Let's look at that. I'm sure as a woman, and her mom being an immigrant and her dad, that she's not happy.
Yeah, and as people know, like I think
Kamala
if people
Harris.
send their children over the border, they are
Yeah.
guaranteed to stay. So they're chancing letting go of their children, never even knowing what is going to happen to them.
That's such a tough.
It's
as a
such
parent,
tough
as a father,
decision.
I could not imagine having to let my daughter go somewhere without me. I would commit suicide or
Like
kill
imagine
us
how
all.
bad it would have
It would
to
just
be for you to give your kid away.
I couldn't do that. I would not do that. I'm sorry.
I feel like it's easier said than done because we've never grown up in those countries where it was safer to let your child go. I don't think it was easy
Just
for
like-
all of those thousands of parents, you know.
Bruce Springsteen, baby, born in the USA, baby. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah, for
my
everybody
grandparents
that
were
talks shit
immigrants.
about America, and it's like you see that shit. It's
Yeah.
like I know that we're not perfect, but we should still be grateful. I do feel that way.
You bet. This is the New Jerusalem. That's why everybody's coming here. But let me ask you. This is for Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. I seek to know for Kamala Harris this night where she's at, where she's going, and the outcome of how she feels about this new immigration problem that they're suffering with here in America right now. And I would ask the Great Spirit present with me this night for true insight on Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. The other thing I want to say about Kamala Harris, she's her fifth time here on Earth. She could have been a teacher,
I could see that.
and maybe she thought about being a teacher when she was younger. Working in the Justice Department's been good for her. That's the Hierophant card, society's rules and things of that nature. So
Traditional.
She's very traditional, which I honor. I love tradition. Created my own. She's still learning how to communicate intimately, possibly. She's very gifted, very intuitive, but maybe more for other people than herself at times. She has creativity working with her hands. There's something she creates with her hands, or she can work with her hands.
Okay, we gotta find out.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what that is, and hopefully somebody out there can leave a comment and validate that, or
I
tell me I'm
know,
full
and
of shit.
subscribe while you're there.
Yeah, and subscribe, and then also for her, she's got that 3 in her higher octave. It's a 23/5. So, family's very important for her.
Yeah, you can
Family's
tell.
very, very important. She probably does a great job of decorating, throwing things together, things of that nature.
Like a homemaker. Almost.
Yeah, you betcha.
Yeah.
She'll be writing her books in this life.
Just make sure your glasses are off there, Humskullet. You're like, she would be a great homemaker.
Yeah.
And a great wife.
Yeah. No, really, she looks like she's the bomb woman. Actually, I love her.
Well, tell us about the immigration. Get
Oh
to
yeah,
the
sorry.
stuff.
Going back to the immigration here. Well, it's all about money, okay? And that's what she's trying to sponsor now is more money to get this handled. She's kind of emotionally wounded about this, actually.
Ooh,
She's
that's
not
good.
happy, yeah. And there's been some emotional struggles about how certain things are handled. Being VP doesn't mean you get to rule, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So there could be still decisions made that she would still maybe like to alter in some way, you know what I'm saying? She feels very unstable about the future of the immigration right now, the way it is. But it's all about money. So I do feel that this stimulus bill also has something to do with that, doesn't it?
To be honest, that I do not know, but
Yeah.
I know she has to try.
Well, her angel is Michael, and Michael is with her, baby, and she's going to have nothing but success within the next 90 days with this immigration. So there's going to be some tough spots between now and the next 30, 45 days, but in her 60, 90-day program and the outcome of her program with immigration says that she's going to balance everything, and it's going to be moderation coming into play here, and it's going to work. It's going to work out just great. So thank God for Kamala Harris.
She has a lot of heavy
Joe
lifting
Biden.
to do.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I could see a lot of Americans don't want immigrants to come to our country, but none of us are from America. Only the Native Americans. And they don't even want to be called that no more, okay? They should be called the OGs, the originals. But in reality, my grandparents came in from Italy, Sicily, and joined the military to get their citizenship. I mean, nobody can say they're from America. I've got Italian in me. I've got Scottish in me. I mean, we're all a melting, blending pot here. We already did a DNA test, especially Klan members. They'd all be shocked. Oh, my God, I can't be a Klan member no more.
Comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
So it's amazing. So for Kamala here, I believe that things are going to work out. There's still some negotiating for money and things of that nature coming. But it's all going to work out. And she might be exposing maybe some people working within immigration who aren't doing their jobs, and she'll replace them. I see her going through that between now and the next 30, 45, 60-day time frame also. So that looks good. But she's been depressed over it. She's very sensitive about it. There's been emotional struggles with her about it. But the angel Michael comes through, and who's her assigned angel, who's really doing big things right now.
So, but also I get a vibe that this is such a heavy topic, and it's probably one of her first major roles as vice president. You don't want to mess that up.
Well, no, right now Kamala's in a 7 cycle, which means she's super ambitious. Possibly before she got offered the vice presidency, she was at a crossroads herself and wanting to make change, kind of restless within her soul for change.
So it worked out perfectly.
It worked out perfect for her. And you know, on her birthday this year in October, she does, you know, the 8th cycle was just doing the job of a master at the apprenticeship stage. So I'm hoping it's not becoming president for some strange reason. But we'll see. She still has to be careful of people and situations disappointing her this year after her birthday. And that could be at work as well as at home. But I wish her the very, very best and send nothing but love and light to Kamala Harris, man.
Honestly, that's such a hefty
Thank
topic.
God. I mean, anybody listening to this, I don't care if you don't like my remarks, know this. Because of her and Biden, man, you got money in your pocket. You're eating. You're doing better. You know, the tax breaks are coming for us who are like not making $200,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is a better time for everybody in America.
No, definitely.
As well as the planet. My God, they're even going to start, helping other countries out with vaccines. I mean,
speaking of vaccines, actually, I almost channeled that because Bill Gates is my next person for you.
Yeah.
Now, I know a lot of people have stated
mixed emotions,
and have also
I heard the rumors. I've heard the rumors.
Yeah, about COVID
and how he started it.
Well, not that necessarily that he started it, but it came from a laboratory in which he owned, which happened to be in Wuhan, China. So I don't know how true that may be, but
I didn't believe you can buy property in China and be American. Is that true?
Oh, I'm sure you can have companies that own other companies. I'm sure there's a way.
Yeah, company maybe. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That real could be. He's a philanthropist. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I guess.
And it's amazing because he's also a 4, which means that he was born to be an authority at this, and he was born to become rich.
So you know what, and I'm glad you asked that because I think, along with myself and a few other people I've known, we've kind of been wondering if he's been channeling any entities or any beings to give him the information that is like setting the standard for the globe, basically.
Well, hold on here. We look at, in his vibration, his angel is Zadkiel, who's an angel I've heard on tape before speak, which is a very, very powerful angel. He also has that 1 in his vibration and his higher octave of his numerology. Tells me a lot about him, again, being mentally independent, but also channeling. He has been able to use, his intellect with his intuition.
Oh,
See, most people
that's
walking
dangerous.
the planet are using their intuition with their emotional body, and they're all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
They're calling all of us saying, "Is he cheating on me?" Or when
like
really,
mundane shit.
use your rational fucking mind. Yeah. It takes him 10 minutes to get home, and he got home in 9. Okay, so I mean,
Yeah.
We just have to be a little bit. So for Bill Gates, he's very dangerous for that reason. He's been very lucky because he came in with a left brain attitude, but he's so compassionate and so concerned about the universe. Now, in his past life, he could have been a very powerful artist or chemist at some level.
I could see that.
And I could see him working with botany and things of that nature. And he might have that kind of a part-time hobby as far as we know, because plants are important for him. Greenery is important for him. Moving the energy around in his life wherever he lives is important for him. He's definitely a people person. He's proven that over and over. The guy's just donated so much stuff.
I think there's something sinister about him, to be honest. I feel like he struggles with that. I feel like when I look at Bill Gates, I feel like he knows the difference between right and wrong, but his left brain, I feel like he struggles with doing the reasonable thing. Not struggles, but he knows what he has to do for mankind, even though he's trying to help mankind.
Sure, he's going to benefit himself, and I'm sure it's a fine line sometimes for him to balance that. I'm sure it is.
Aliens giving him this information? Like, we need to know. Like entities? Like, what is it? Celestial beings? Like, there's certain things that he's done that's advanced.
First of all, you have to give man credit for his intelligence.
Well, we don't give a shit about that. I just want to know where the aliens
And when I
are
say
at.
that he channeled, when he used his intuition for it with his intellect, that means yes, there's some kind of an angel deity above him, and that, for all we know, could be his angel Zadkiel, directing him and guiding him.
But that doesn't mean that there's not other things in the mix.
Here's what I feel. You want to know the truth here?
I
Okay,
want to
here
know
we
the
go.
truth. Give me
I
the
kind
truth.
of feel that Bill Gates could have alien DNA. Okay. I do feel that Bill Gates came into this body in this life with a prior alien life, as far as we know. I mean, but there's definitely something. Maybe he's a hybrid now, but there's definitely something. Let's do a quick reading on that.
I was just pull like 3
So
cards.
what's the question? Just
So
give me a question.
So the question
Just
is,
give me a question, man. Come
okay.
on.
So the question is, does he get his talents from aliens?
Okay.
Or other
And before I
beings?
answer that for everybody tonight on Spiritual Life, I just want everybody to know out there that if you do have a celebrity or somebody you're concerned about, contact Ashley or contact me. Leave a comment on the YouTube channel, TravisTidwellPodcast.gmail.com, or
The
Ashley.
Pisces Life Coach on Instagram.
Yeah, and I'll get back to you on it. And if you don't know who your angel is, shame on you. Give me a
Or you can hit me up and I'll ask him for you.
give me a message here. Yeah. So Bill Gates, maybe William Gates, huh?
Ooh, sorry.
Bill Gates. I seek to know for Bill Gates if aliens have contacted him to give him his genius knowledge that he has now about
I already know
everything
we
she's
contacted
doing.
this man. On to it.
Bill Gates. We seek to know if there's been alien influence in his knowledge. They've been guiding him or influencing him with this knowledge. As my co-host Ashley, I'm glad she brought it because I had no clue asking this question myself. You would never see me do that on 007.
Yes. We want to know because you're just like, well, shit, this man just keeps cranking out world-changing things. Like, what's happening?
Well, I mean, come on. Did he create Microsoft?
Well, something like that. Just kidding.
I mean, again, now there's got to be something in his chart because he is a Scorpio Libra. Oh my God! So when this guy gets focused on something, forget about it.
I can imagine.
I mean, forget about it. He's focused. There will be nothing else he thinks about until it's done. It has to be done. He has to follow it all the way, and there's nothing else. But we're asking for him. I think genius was in his family. It could, honestly, maybe on his mom's side. But we're asking here a specific question Ashley had here for him, and it said yes.
I felt that. I felt it.
So maybe they're coming to him in his dream state, subconscious mind. Maybe he's not even conscious of it. But yeah, the angel Gabriel says, yeah, there's a higher source definitely who's awakened him and is using him as a tool right now on this planet to help the human race.
That card stood out to me. You see that lady with her arms out where she's like on the judgment card? I was all,
yeah.
That looks pretty.
And then we have, the angel Raphael with him also, who's the angel of communication. And was there in the Garden of Eden in the beginning of time. So, Bill Gates has some very, very special karma that he's received in this life to be so lucky.
I mean, we're watching it manifest before our freaking eyes. Like, this man's a genius.
Yeah, I feel on some level there's still certain things around him that are moving very, very slowly that he hasn't manifested. There's something going on with his mother's energy right now. I'm not sure what. I'm not even sure if she's still alive, but there's something there going on with that. Maybe she's just with him right now in some aspect, and there could be some health issues around his wife, so we'll see. But I hope not. I hope I'm wrong on that. I mean, I make predictions for a living, so you hate to make predictions like that, but I didn't see death, but I just saw those kind of issues around him.
Okay, so for last but not least,
ladies and gentlemen,
we're going to touch on the subject of Meghan Markle. So
Meghan Markle, very
right now,
interesting.
We're talking right now with we're talking about the whole racial situation with the monarchy, and she's taken away, quote unquote, she's taken away, even though I'm sure he walked willingly, away from a power position.
I doubt that very, very seriously.
You think she took him away?
I'm gonna stand by that.
You think
today.
Meghan Markle put it on him?
I think that man, he got to taste something.
Well,
maybe he can't.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
He can't say no to it.
I'm glad you brought that up because this leads into my question. So, do we feel that Meghan is going to stay with Harry? This is a two-parter. And the second question is...
Wow, you already want to find out if they're going to be written off or not.
Well, I already feel like they are because I think he has a prior kid in Africa that nobody knows about. I think he's into black women. So I want to know...
Get his date of birth.
Oh, okay.
Because my numerology system is just incredible. Nobody can touch it. It's my own. I haven't published it yet. But for those out there, while I'm waiting for his date of birth, if you can send me an email, leave a message on for comment, I will tell you who your assigned angel is. And
whose
we'll
birthday
get
do
you
we
rocking.
need? Do we need both of them, right?
Yeah, we
Both
have
of 'em.
Megan's. She's a Leo, which means she needs a lot of attention. She's a fixed fire sign. Oh my God, she's got to be, on one hand, very exciting and a lot of fun.
And controlling.
Oh yeah, definitely control freak, definitely. There's just no way out of that.
Okay, this poor man was a Virgo. He's September 15th, 1984.
Let's see here. Back in the day, I remember doing a tarot class and using Princess Diane's date of birth, and did a reading on her, and we showed the tower card and her having a terrible experience, but I didn't realize she was going to die.
Oh, she had a terrible.
And that was 81?
84.
84, let's see here. Oh, he's a 137. He's a 37 one. Very athletic, very physical. Ambition to achieve greatness. Family's very important for him. So, maybe at some point for Harry, and he's a one, he's needy on some level emotionally. Maybe at some point the immediate family he's created with her, he's going to make the priority. Which means that he might sacrifice for her to keep his family no matter what's going on with the other part of his family. He's traumatized from his childhood. Let's see here, 9, 10, let's see, 15. He's in a one cycle himself right now, which means, definitely betrayal this past year. He's felt high emotions. This has been going on for the past 3 years. Excuse me, 4 years. They probably tried to really control him about 4 years ago. Excuse me, they're trying to block it. No.
Right.
But, he's had to break through with that. He's in a one cycle now, new ideas, new possibilities. But she's a 4. She's an older soul than him also, So there's control issues. She's definitely the control freak in the family. So let's get to your questions, Ashley.
Yeah, okay. But that kind of actually falls into what we were asking.
Okay,
So are they going to, do we see this relationship lasting?
So
This is part one of this question.
what's Harry's last name?
That's what I was going to ask. Amal Prince Harry. Sorry, you guys. This is crap we should know.
We're going to be there in just a second. People don't fall asleep on us.
How could they?
I know.
Oh,
I guess we're just going to say Prince Harry.
hold on.
We'll just use Meghan Markle. That's okay. We got
No,
Meghan.
Henry Charles Albert David. That's a long ass name.
Okay, just keep that right there. This is on Henry Charles Albert David. Henry Charles Albert David. That guy's going to have a long life. Henry Charles Albert David. I also read names for a living, so if you want to find out how you're going to die, or if you do need to change your name to change your destiny, give me a call. Henry Charles Albert David. Henry Charles Albert David. Henry Charles Albert David. And I seek to know for him this day if he and his wife Meghan Markle will have a long-term marriage in their futures. We're inquiring. I ask the Great Spirit present with me this night for a trinsight for Henry Charles Albert David. Henry Charles Albert David. Henry Charles Albert David. And will him and his wife Meghan Markle have a long-term, intimate, committed marriage? Is my inquiry, yes or no? I hope everybody out there listening is okay with this and doing fine and entertained in some way.
Yes.
I've
We're
never
waiting.
planned
We're
on.
anticipating.
It's because of her we're doing this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
And Athena.
Yeah, and Athena.
She seconded this.
Okay, we got the girl power going on here now. Well, right now the angel Ariel's with him. Angel Raphael's with him. My God, this guy's got angels all over him. But
Think
we're
it's his
asking.
mom.
We're asking about. I'm sure his mom's with him. She's a beautiful soul. We're asking if they're going to have a long-term relationship, and it said yes. So I feel that he'll go through all of the motions with her. And let me tell you something. He might not be happy right now with the relationship.
Yeah.
There's a lot of politics going on. They could be fighting over things, family stuff, trying to influence them. Right now, he might not feel like there's hope for them at times, and he could be suffering. He's been disappointed recently with her.
And then he doesn't have his family.
He doesn't have his family. He feels stabbed in the back by her in the past, and that's indirect, which means that she's making choices
without him.
without thinking about him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this guy's a prince. He should not be living in L.A. like a commoner. He should not. It's just not right. And it'd be smart for them to go back to England, get back in the family, and start making the changes that needs to be changed in the family from the inside.
Well, that's if the family wants to change, though.
Well, I feel if they love him, which they do, they will.
Well, I
mean, if I love somebody like my son or a daughter, and they're with somebody I really don't care for, I'll still love them because they're them.
I don't think it's that easy, though, because it's more than just the family. There's the monarchy.
Yeah. But going back to him also, it doesn't matter because he's got money.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got money, and he has the edge over this relationship by having courage and strength. I kind of feel he's very spiritually open. He probably has prophetic dreams that come true. He probably works with his dreams. Probably his mother comes to him in his dreams. If she hasn't, she will. I kind of feel maybe this summer she'll get pregnant again. We'll see.
She's already pregnant right now.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Actually, with their second child.
Okay. So.
Well, you were on board with that. Yes.
Okay. So that's.
Here's the real question.
Okay.
Is this going to be his third child? Does Prince Harry...
All right, so we seek to know for this guy if he has another child outside of wedlock. Is that the question?
Yeah, in Africa.
Okay. Let's see his name again.
Yes. So the theory is, or like the propaganda is, he has a thing for black women, and he had a thing with this woman in Africa. They obviously had to keep it on the DL that he has a kid down there, but she's still not living the best lavish life. And so his brother basically was like, sometimes certain cultures are only good enough to hook up with and not marry. And then he ended up marrying Meghan Markle. So everyone fill in the blanks. Does he really have a child?
Yeah, let's ask her. And that's going to be for Henry Charles Albert David, a.k.a. Prince Harry. And we seek to know for Henry Charles Albert David, a.k.a. Prince Harry, this night, this episode. We seek to know if he has a child out of wedlock from Meghan that nobody's really aware of. Legitly.
This is like
yes
the bonus reading. Like,
yeah.
Yes.
We seek to know for Prince Harry this day if he has another child somewhere out of wedlock, maybe by an African woman. And we ask the Great Spirit present with us this episode, this day, this night for a true insight. Yes or no? Just get to the juice here. The way media is now, it'd be hard for you. Yeah.
We need to know this.
We need to know. Next week, it'll be the Kardashians. Yes, he does.
Holy shit. I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
that could be coming out
Athena's
soon.
face was like, what?
Yeah, that could be coming out soon.
Oh, shit. So. You guys heard it first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. And I could be wrong like anything else, but
I saw that wand, though.
She asked, and that's what it said. I'm not going to argue with my oracle.
That was too good. Thank you.
You're welcome. He has instant karma, so he needs to be careful. But, yeah, it's amazing what people do and go through. Even though they got money, they got status, they're still suffering, going through changes like everybody else on the planet. That's what I've learned because I do have millionaire clients in my life. And I also feel, too, at some point that even for them, money's tight. They're very careful about what they do right now. This whole COVID thing is throwing kind of a blanket on everything so far. But we're going to get back to normal. I hope everybody really enjoys these predictions I made and information I've shared.
I'm going to say thank you from the audience on everyone's behalf.
You're welcome.
That was pretty good.
Well, she likes it, and that's all that counts. My co-host likes it. We got to make her happier.
They like it.
I hope you guys tuned in for this with Spotify and whatnot who are on the podcast and enjoyed this entertainment. I want to thank again my co-host Ashley for bringing this information up. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this on the Spiritual Life in this episode. We might do this again here in the near future. You can go to my 007 series, though, on YouTube and see my predictions I've made on politics and government and this and that.
A personal fave of yours?
Yeah, personal. Yeah, I love to get involved in the juice on that. But I do have some wild things I predicted on Trump because I do feel he'll be criminally convicted coming up here soon. And I'm sure I'm going to be doing something on Matt Gaetz next day or two and get it posted. So there's a lot going on right now on that level. But and also just on the world and country in general coming up here. I do have concerns about Biden's health and safety, not because of health, but because of outside people. And we'll look at that too. But again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and who's been following us. We love the subscriptions on YouTube. Thank you. And for those out there listening to us on Spotify, go to YouTube and Travis Tidwell Podcast, and you can hook up and see what my beautiful co-star looks like here. and actually see the visual effect that we have going on here on this show.
Thanks.
Soon here we're going to be having guests on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I have an album out. Time has come. Spotify, man, iTunes. Buy it, listen to it, but subscribe. If you're listening to this, tell a friend, please.
Yes.
We live for this. We live for you. I do this for you out there because I want to empower you. I want to enlighten you, and I want to have a good time with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wish everybody out there, I want to thank my executive producer, Athena.
Thanks, Athena.
We're going to thank the holy and divine source, Yahweh, and all of our angels and guides present with us here at this episode, always bringing in divine love and light. And we wish the whole planet out there peace and love. God bless you, your family, your pets, your friends, and planet Earth. So be it.
So be it. Thank you.
Thank you. Peace and love.
Time has come to rearrange. Time has come for a change.